So in this one we want to know how many ways can we pick 3 spades and how many ways can we pick 2 hearts. And since we don't care about the order we choose our spades in, we'll want to do combinations. So the idea is that we have 12 spades and we want to choose 3 of them. So 12 spades, choose 3. We're using combinations because we don't care about the order in which we choose our spades. And by the same reasoning, how many ways can we choose our hearts? There are, oh, I totally lied to you, 13. 13 spades, choose 3, and there are 13 hearts in the standard deck, and you want to now choose 2. So we have 13 choose 3 ways to choose our spades and 13 choose 2 ways to choose our hearts. Now if you have a calculator, the calculator can do combinations for you. I'm doing it on my graphing one, and I got 286 for the first one and 78 for the second one. And you'll just multiply that together, this many ways to do that, this many ways to do that, to give you 22308, which is your answer. So I don't know if you have a graphing calculator that'll do that. Most scientific calculators will do that too. Just look for an NCR button and play around with it. If you have to do it by hand, you can do what 13C3 ends up being. You're going to be doing, your formula is NCR equals n factorial over n minus r factorial times r factorial. So the first number, and then subtract them, and then an extra r factorial. So here I'll have 13 factorial over, subtract them, 13 minus 3 is 10 factorial with an extra 3 factorial. And so if I do that, I'm going to get, I'll start writing out the 13 factorial. That's 13 times 12 times 11. The 10 factorial will cancel with the 10 factorial down here. And then I'll still have the 3 times 2 times 1. If I divide this by 3, I get 4. 13 times 4, oops, divide the 2 by the 4. I can whittle that down some more. So I have 13 times 2 times 11, and that should give me my 286 that my calculator figured out. If I did the same thing with 13C2, I could do 13C2, and I would have 13 factorial over 13 minus 2 is 11 factorial with an extra 2 factorial. I start to write it out. 13 times 12, my 11 factorial will cancel with my 11 factorial down here. 2 times 1, cancel that, make a 6. 13 times 6 should give me my 78 that my calculator had figured out up there. So if your calculator can do it, let it do it. But if not, this is how you get it by hand, and that multiply those two together at the end, you get your answer.